Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois. John Dickerson is off tonight. President Trump's Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, whom he has rebranded as the Secretary of War, is back in the news tonight. Hegseth was recently the focus of questions about a controversial second U.S. military strike on an alleged drug boat in the Caribbean. Tonight, we've learned that a new report from the Pentagon's Inspector General concludes that Hegseth's use of the group messaging app Signal earlier this year violated regulations and could have endangered U.S. troops. Charlie D'Agata leads us off with new details on what's known in Washington as the Signalgate scandal and what the president is saying about his embattled defense secretary. Charlie, good evening.
Good evening, Maurice. Tonight, the White House says the president stands by Pete Hegseth, even as he faces mounting criticism over the boat strikes in the Caribbean and new scrutiny over a damning review of his handling of sensitive intelligence.
Sources tell CBS News that the Pentagon's Inspector General found that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth put U.S. service members at risk by sharing sensitive details of an active bombing mission. This past spring, Hegseth sent detailed plans about airstrikes in Yemen to top national security officials on Signal, including the times F-18s would launch and when the first bombs will definitely drop. Hegseth vehemently denied any disclosure of classified information at the time.
Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that.
The messages were originally published by journalist Jeffrey Goldberg of The Atlantic, who was accidentally included in the group chat.
I'm getting on my phone, sitting in a supermarket parking lot, a plan from the Secretary of Defense about an attack that's coming up in 2 hours.
Hegseth responded by attacking Goldberg.
You're talking about a deceitful and highly discredited so-called journalist.
But the Inspector General, sources say, found that Hegseth violated official Department of Defense policy when he used his personal device to send information labeled secret. Democratic Senator and combat veteran Mark Kelly.
That put those pilots flying those strikes at risk.
Democrats and some Republicans have been increasingly critical of Hegseth's leadership at the Pentagon, demanding an explanation why the U.S. hit this alleged drug boat a second time, reportedly in order to kill 2 survivors. The Washington Post reported Hegseth instructed commanders to kill everyone.
I'm very, very concerned about an order that would say kill them all, kill them, after they've already been wounded.
Now, Charlie, some revealing old footage of Secretary Hegseth has been revealed. What are we learning about that?
Yeah, so we know that Secretary Hegseth launched an investigation into Senator Mark Kelly last week after he appeared in a video urging service members not to follow illegal orders. Hegseth called it despicable and reckless. But in 2016, speaking at a conservative forum, then Fox News host Pete Hegseth had a different view.
If you're doing something that is just completely unlawful and ruthless, then there is a consequence for that. That's why the military said it won't follow unlawful orders from their commander-in-chief.
He's now changed his mind now that he's running the Department of Defense.
Okay, Charlie D'Agata, thank you so much.
পাগলি রে তুই প্রেম শিখাইয়া পাগল বানাইলি দেহ থইয়া কেন রে তুই মনটা পোড়াইলি পাগলি রে তুই প্রেম শিখাইয়া পাগল বানাইলি দেহ থইয়া কেন রে তুই মনটা পোড়াইলি এখন আমার মনটা পুরে কয়লা হয়েছে জানি না রে কাহার প্রেমে মুগ্ধ রয়েছি পাগলি রে তুই প্রেম শিখাইয়া পাগল বানাইলি দেহ থুইয়া কেন রে তুই মনটা পোড়াইলি কেউ পুরে প্রেম আগুনে কেউ বা তুষের আগুন প্রেম আগুনে মন পুড়ে যার চলে আরো দ্বিগুণ কেউ পুরে প্রেম আগুনে কেউ বা তুষের আগুন প্রেম আগুনে মন পুড়ে যার চলে আরো দ্বিগুণ কোন আগুনে পুরাইলি তুই করলি বেইমানি দেহ তুইয়া কেন রে তুই মনটা পুরাইলি পাগলি রে তুই প্রেম শিখাইয়া পাগল বানাইলি দেহ তুইয়া কেন রে তুই মনটা পুরাইলি প্রেমের আগুন যার অন্তরে সেই জানে তার ব্যথা পাগল হইয়া পাগল বেশে কয় যে প্রেমের কথা প্রেমের আগুন যার অন্তরে সেই জানে তার ব্যথা পাগল হইয়া পাগল বেশে কয় যে প্রেমের কথা সেই অন্তরে আঘাত দিবি আগে বুঝিনি দেহ তুইয়া কেন রে তুই মনটা পুরাইলি পাগলি রে তুই প্রেম শিখাইয়া পাগল বানাইলি দেহ তুইয়া কেন রে তুই মনটা পুরাইলি